Price is out there with Warren. Then there's Hudson. And it's Randolph in at the 2-guard. Now here's Price. Picked him clean. And here we go. Lawson heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Lawson's got his first 2 points.
And a nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play and great basket in transition.
Aggressive play, attacking basketball on the attack, full throttle. I love it.
Here's Price. It's stolen. Lawson at the elbow. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Lawson's got his second basket of the night.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Now here's Trice. Lawson defending. Trice kicks to Price. Drills it from outside. Well, Georgetown has been such a pillar of East Coast basketball for so long. Really one of the universities on the East Coast.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. A really rich tradition in men's basketball for the Hoyas. And they've been a competitive presence on the college basketball landscape going back to the 70s.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
Warren, good. And it's a completely new group for Arizona. And the Hoyas with some changes. Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
And shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Taking a look at the Hoyas, we've got Hudson. Trice is out there with Warren, and it's Felix in at the 3.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
And the Hoyas making the change here. Rice is checked in.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Trice kicks to Price. The dish to Trice. They set the screen. Down low, here's Warren, and he uses the glass on the layup. Warren's got his 3rd basket of the night.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that. One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
Hudson, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Here's Cruz. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Freak's got 7.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
To the wing on the left. And so it looks like the Hoyas will retain possession here.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
"17 seconds left to play here in the half. Outside Wilson. And we welcome you back to college basketball here on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
Guys, you know, it's been a close one thus far. Both teams have had strong stretches, but neither team has really been able to take control of the game to this point.
And, guys, this is kind of like a boxing match, a bit of a feeling out period thus far. The second half, we should see more things open up, and that should benefit star players like Freak, who will get more quality opportunities.
Cruz in a 2-guard. Mitchell is out there with Hollis Jefferson, and it's Lawson in at the point. Taking a look at the Hoyas, Hudson is out there with Warren. Then there's Price, and it's Trice, and it's Randolph in at the shooting guard position. Here's Hudson. And it's Freak with the rebound.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but, man, it's embarrassing when you blow them. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Georgetown trails by 5. Trice with it. Here's Price. The Hoyas with another miss.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Shoots from the line, and it's Freak. Missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Stolen by Mitchell.
No doubt one of the most highly touted players on the floor is Freak. His abilities out on the wing are just phenomenal, and he is one of the few players that can dominate from that position.
And Greg, it takes a special talent to be able to control the game from the perimeter, but Freak is that kind of player. I mean, he can hurt you in so many different ways when he's left one-on-one with the defender, and he's comfortable pulling up or attacking the basket. Not a typical trip to the line for him there. He had been knocking him down today.
And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. Hodges checked in for the Hoyas. And here are the Hoyas now. Nothing yet for them in the third quarter. Some solid D here from Cruz.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
That is good.
That was the third straight high-percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Here is Hodges following the basket by Freak. Here's Harkless. The Hoyas with another miss. Arizona leading by 7. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are.
Clark, they could stretch the lead to double digits.
Yeah, which would obviously put them in a very comfortable spot.
Cruz in at shooting guard. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Mitchell. And it's Lewis in at the 5. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And Randolph drops them both. Now, Freak tries it from the top of the key. It's hauled in by Warren. Left side, Price, and it's blocked by Cruz. .151 left to play here in the second half.
Looking at the numbers for Freak. 9 points and a block.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Arizona?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
Here's Trice. That's good, and it's Price with the assist.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
Randolph kicks to Trice. Here's Warren. The teardrop falls in.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
A three. But they get it back. Mitchell passes to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Cruz. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Georgetown trails by 7.
Time definitely not on their side.
They need a very quick bucket, a real quick one.
54 seconds left in the second half. Trice dishes to Price. The 15-footer. It's hauled in by Arizona. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
You're exactly right. I mean, take care of the ball, work the clock. It's a wrap.
Yep, nice game. And that one's good. And Arizona leads by 10.
Guys, it's over. I think we can say that now with certainty.
I'm with you. I mean, we'd like to officially welcome everybody to garbage time.
That's good. And here's Arizona now. Here's Freak. And it takes a hard bounce.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Lawson outside. So Arizona wins it. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of college basketball here on 2K Sports. And this is where it's at, folks. The college tournament ends here tonight. For one team, the joy of a lifetime will be achieved. And there's no doubt going to be some incredible action all along the way. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers and Arizona.
Kevin, this is the night where we are going to see some intense basketball. High energy, lay it all out on the line for college hoops. Everything these young players have worked towards their entire life comes down to this exact moment.
And you can bet, Clark, that each and every player here tonight feels the importance of this game like no other in their lives, really. A big key in coming through in a big game like this is how well you can compose yourself. How do you handle the pressure of the big stage? We'll find out soon enough which of these teams has the ability to harness all of that raw energy and focus on getting the job done.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. We've got Hawkins. He's out there with Hill. Decker is out there with Kaminsky. And it's Evans in at the power forward position.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title.
And the Badgers with possession here. Following the miss by Freak, Decker kicks to Hawkins. Evans left side. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that. And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Here's the Badgers with the ball. It's a three-point game. Well, Wisconsin has had a bit of a renaissance in their program of late, Clark. Last decade and a half have seen them put up some great seasons.
And you know, Kevin, the Badgers weren't really a major powerhouse in hoops until the turn of the century. But now, they're one of the most consistent teams in the country.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a four-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal in high school. That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. Hawkins is out there with Hill. And it's Conley in at the three, the small forward. And that one's good, Holland.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Johnson against Conley. Hawkins passes to Hill. Gibson the screen. Over in the corner, Conley. Baseline J on the way. Almost, but it rolls out.
And what a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
Hawkins kicks to Hill. Passes it to Hawkins. Clock at 6. Wade sets the pick for Hill. Doubled by Cruz. That is good. And the Arizona lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Wade.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here's Cruz. Bangs home the trifecta. Freak's got 9 points.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Outside Conley. Pick up by Hill. Hawkins passes to Hill. Puts it up from 15. Shot's good by Gibson. Gibson's got his first 2 points. 1:07 left here in the first half of the game.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
Freak with it. He's picked up by Hill. Hill with some nice D.
Not sure. Sure, what the D was doing there, clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Hawkins kicks to Wade. Fires from 14. It's hauled in by Arizona. Goodwin dishes to Freak. From down in the low post, it goes. Freak's got 13.
And didn't have to go strong there. Just a little bit of the finger roll to get it up over the D.
Gibson for 3. And no good trying to get that one. And so we wrap up the first half. And the big game is just about ready to get going for our second half of play. What a championship atmosphere we've got here tonight. We are just one half of basketball away from seeing college basketball history being made.
You know what, guys? That was the start that Freak and his team wanted in the first half. I mean, they didn't run away with the game, but they're in a really good spot to capture the title.
These first 5 minutes in the second half are going to be huge. They know their opponent is going to come out strong and try to even things up. But if they can keep their cool, they'll be on their way, I think, to the title.
Cruz in a 2-guard. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Mitchell. And it's Lawson in at the point. Decker gets the bucket.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Kaminsky. Then it's Decker. And it's Evans in at the power forward.
And, guys, one big story that we have in this championship game is that a guy like Freak could boost his draft stock quite a bit. A win here could catapult him up the big boards of a lot of teams.
And, you know, while it's just one game, scouts will get a chance to see how he plays on the big stage. Knowing a player is at his best when the lights are brightest is a big plus in GM's books.
Now here's Freak, guarded closer. Can't hit, so the Badgers will take it the other way. Hill kicks to Hawkins. Decker with it, out defended by Freak. Kaminsky the pass to Hill. And it's blocked by Lewis. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Hawkins. Evans with the steal. In transition, here come the Badgers. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Badgers shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for 2.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Decker. And here's Fisher. Cruz in at point guard. Ewing is out there with Mitchell. And it's Landry in at the 2-guard spot. Evans kicks to Fisher. The Badgers working the ball around now. Payton dishes to Conley. Pass to Evans. Down low. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. On the free throw, no good. Lewis checked in for Ewing. Hill, he's checked in for Wisconsin. Hawkins comes in for Fisher. And he's good on the second. Arizona leading by 9. Cruz, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Goes up on the wing. And it's Freak missing. Hawkins against Landry. Hawkins kicks to Evans. And Lewis comes to help. Evans outside. Shot from the wing. The shot is off. So Arizona will take it the other way. Here's Cruz. Second chance shot. Hollis Jefferson, good. And Arizona leads by 11.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Evans attacking. But they recover it. The shot by Payton, no good. 1:41 left to play here in the second half. Shoots from 12. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And that's now 19 points for Freak.
And with this lead, it looks like they'll hold on for the title. A special moment for everyone on the team. And really, what a year it's been for their star, Freak.
Yeah, very impressive considering everybody pinned their hopes on him to lead the team at the start of the season. And he hasn't disappointed. For all the hype that surrounded him, he lived up to all of it.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Hawkins. No luck. So Arizona will take it the other way.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Arizona.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? It's got to be frustrating to shoot so poorly when the other team is on fire.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was. Poor Freak. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Here's Fisher, guarded by Cruz. And Fisher kicks to Walker. He feeds it to Fisher. From 12 feet out. And the shot no good, a bit short. Clark, confident play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, no question about it. Like they say on the playground, scoreboard.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hollins banked in off the glass.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Fisher with the ball. The pass to Dawkins. Now the feed to Payton. Pass to Dawkins. Here's Fisher. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
So Arizona wins it. And what an incredible feeling it is for a team who's had to fight every step of the way. Right now, guys, there is no better feeling for them as they are the last team standing in this terrific tournament.
Kevin, you said, I mean, all the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears, now you see it paying off at this very moment.
There's been a ton of sacrifice along the way. I mean, from the kids and their parents and support staff. I mean, they've brought this school to the top of the college basketball world right now.
Well, it's been a blast to be with you guys and our great fans all.
Hello?
Hey, Ma, it's me.
Hey, Frequency.
I got you on speakerphone.
Okay, your sister there?
Hey, Mama, I'm right here.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Yvette's here too, Mama.
Hi, Mama. How you doing? I'm fine.
Does she have to be here?
Yes. Mr. Pagnotti, the agent I was telling you about, he's in the room too.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
What a pleasure to finally meet the Queen Mother of this young, talented man, even if only by telephone.
That's sweet. Hang on, Frequency. Here comes your father.
All right.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone's well.
How you doing,
Daddy.
Mr. P?
I'm doing good.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do this. We all know why we're here. This meeting is strictly confidential, 100% off the record. Didn't happen. We weren't even here. Capiche? Capiche means understand in Italian. Capiche?
Capiche.
Freak insisted that I have his entire family here. And I think it's great that he has a good support system around him. I've been doing this a very long time, and I work with some of the best. Now, let me rephrase that. I work with the best, and the best always seem to have a great support system around them. A family, if you will, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's cut to the chase. Leaving college early now and entering this year's NBA draft is the right move right now. And when you sign with me, Dom Pagnotti, as your agent, I will make sure you are well taken care of. I will make sure you are protected. With this freaking environment, I love it, freaking environment. This freaking environment thing you do when you get hot, freak, we're gonna make you more money off the court than you will on.
We already have endorsements and things like that in line, so.
Cece, I said we because we're gonna do this together. We're a team. We're Team Freak. But Freak, you need to be in the league first, right? That's why I'm here.
No, yeah, I hear you, Mr. Pagnotti, but like I told you before, I already promised my parents 4 years of college. That's a plan, man.
That's right.
Plans change, Freak. Listen, in life and in basketball, you need to adapt and change to the situation at hand. Now, even if you have the greatest coach and they draw up the greatest play and all the X's and O's make perfect sense on paper, you still need to react to what the defense shows you and then make your move. This is the right move. This is the right move now. And 4 years of college is a great plan for basically anybody. But you're not just anybody. You are the greatest collegiate talent I have ever seen shoot, dribble, pass, and defend a basketball my entire time on this great planet Earth. Now, Miss Martha, Mr. Pete, I have seen so many of the greats jump right from high school to the pros. Freak, you've at least experienced college. You know what that is. You've been there. You've done that. I am offering you now a chance at the experience of a lifetime. Do you know how many people would love to be in those Jordans right now?
Yeah, Freak, I mean, what if you get hurt? You remember how you came down on your ankle in that game earlier this year?
Oh, yeah, but that was nothing.
Right, we know it was nothing, but next time it could be something.
I saw that. Good game. But bam! Just like that, and you could be flipping burgers. Well, maybe not flipping burgers. Maybe you're the manager or assistant manager at some burger joint. Maybe I do a favor and make a call, and you're a delivery boy at Sal's Famous Pizzeria. But the bottom line is, you will be a long, long, long ways away from signing multi-million-dollar contracts with me, Dom Pagnotti, as your agent.
So it's all about the money, right?
When was it not all about the money?
Money isn't everything.
No, it isn't, sir, and no disrespect was meant. But freak, money is freedom. The freedom of choice, the freedom to live. Money is the difference between renting and owning, between being the waiter and being waited on. It's the difference between being the chauffeur or being chauffeured. Now, do you want to be a chauffeur? This here is a contract. This makes me your agent. Sign on the dotted line, and I will take you and your family to the promised land.
Like I said, Mr. Pagnotti, it's not all about the money.
Pete, let the man finish.
He made his point. He's finished. Aren't you finished?
I said my piece, but I know I'm right. You guys should talk.
Pete, what if Frequency does get hurt? Shouldn't he take this opportunity now?
What if the boy goes pro, gets hurt, and then doesn't have a college degree? Look how hard we work for him to get to where he is.
But college isn't for everybody. Pete, you didn't go.
That's why we work so hard for him.
Just saying. I mean, if he's ready to do this now as opposed to later, Pete, anything can happen.
You're right. Anything could happen. This is his future. This
You're
is
not
his life.
listening to me, Pete.
Not just a game.
All right, Mom, Pops. It's all right. Look, truth be told, I don't even know what I want to do right now.
I understand that.
Yeah, but I was talking to my boy Vic the other day.
Why?
And he was making a lot of sense. He thinks I should leave early, too.
You know what? I've kept quiet this whole time, and I also think that Freak should join the league. I think it's a great business decision, and I think that Mr. Pagnotti is absolutely right.
Thank you, Yvette.
You're welcome.
Now, Freak, I know for a fact that people have been talking about the company you keep, and you need to be careful. It could compromise what we're trying to do here.
What are you trying to say?
You know, your association with that guy Victor off the court, it could compromise your selection in a draft. As a matter of fact, I know it will. Do you realize the difference in dollars between being drafted first overall and 21st? You're talking tens of millions of dollars. You don't get it, do you? Cece, our first sneaker deal alone, you're talking a difference of a $50 to $100 million difference just by that. Number one, that's what we need. If I were not 1,000% convinced in my mind and in my heart that we could get you drafted first overall, I wouldn't be like this. This is the play. This is the move, Freak. You gotta listen to me.
I absolutely hear you, but who are they to tell me who I can't hang with my brother?
No, Freak, you need to listen to him. I've been telling you the same exact thing.
Mr. Dom, Frequency and Victor grew up together. They're best friends. We took the boy in and practically adopted him.
Martha, I told you that boy ain't nothing but trouble.
He's family.
Okay, but that's my boy, and he agrees with y'all.
It's not about agreeing with Vic. We're trying to prepare you for your future.
You know what? But it is his future.
This is none of your business.
Excuse
Don't
me?
even
Wait,
know
Freak,
my business.
you still have a decision to make. Sign with me, yes or no.
It's none of
Can
my
I-
business.
Yeah.
He's managed your
Can I just interrupt
Your tone.
for 1 second? Everybody just settle down, please. Now, I appreciate you all taking the time in this heated discussion, but the truth of the matter is,
there's only one person in the room that can make this decision. Now, son, you know how I feel.
Right.
Education is the most important thing in life, but this is your choice. It's not your mother's or your sister's or mine. It's not your girlfriend. It's not Mr. Pagnotti's. And it definitely ain't Victor's. This is your decision, son. So you tell us what you want to do.
I need 30 seconds, freak. Okay. I have 4 beautiful children, and I want each of them to go to college and graduate. But if you walked up to any one of those 4 children right now and said, I will give you a contract that's worth $100, $200, $300 million, I would say, bypass college. You can always go back. I want you to graduate. I want you to get your doctorate. I want to call you Dr. Freak, but you need to understand this. Now, you can go all over this beautiful country that we live in and go into any of the major universities. You will find people that are 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 years old, and you will find them graduating. But if you live to be 500 years old, you will never see ever somebody 40, 50, 60 years old being drafted from college into the NBA. We need to strike while the iron is hot. This is your life. We will get you drafted first overall. You will be up there with all the big names. I'm not talking first rounder. I'm talking first overall. Listen to me. This is what
Mr.
I do. I am the
Pagnotti,
best at what I do.
You have had
Nobody's
your 30
better.
seconds plus.
Miss Martha, I am sorry. You just
Mr.
need to
Pagnotti,
understand.
would you please let my wife speak?
I apologize.
Frequency. Baby, what do you want to do?
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Cece go through this contract front to back. I'm going to think about it, sleep on it, pray on it, and I will call you in the morning.
All right. Listen, Mr. Pete, Miss Martha, it was a pleasure meeting the two of you over telephone, and I look forward to meeting you both in person. Remember, everybody, this meeting never took place. We weren't even here. Capiche?
Capiche.
Okay.
All right, Mom, Pops, I'm going to call you guys later. I love you.
Love you,
I love you too, son. Bye.
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select
Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky.
With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select
D'Angelo Russell
from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select
Jahlil Okafor from Duke University.
With the fourth pick in the NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select
Kristaps Porzingis
from Latvia. With the fifth pick in the NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select
Mario Hezonja from Dubrovnik, Croatia.
With the sixth pick in the NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select
Willie Cauley-Stein from the University of Kentucky.
With the seventh pick in the NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select
Emmanuel Mudiay
from Dallas, Texas. With the eighth pick in the NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select
Stanley Johnson from the University of Arizona.
With the 9th pick in the NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select
Frank Kaminsky
from the University of Wisconsin. With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, the Miami Heat select
Justice Winslow from Duke University.
With the 11th pick in the NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers select
Miles Turner from the University of Texas.
With the 12th pick in the NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select
Trey Lyles from the University of Kentucky.
With the 13th pick in the NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns select
Devin Booker from the University of Kentucky.
With the 14th pick in the NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select
Cameron Payne.
With the 15th pick in the NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Max Cruz from the University of Arizona.
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frequency Vibration. Welcome aboard, young man. Welcome aboard.
Wow. Wow. This is bananas.
Take your time, baby.
Thanks, Mom. Okay, so I first want to thank everyone who made this possible. Mom, Dad, I couldn't have done this without you. I'd like to thank my lady, Yvette. My dude, Vic.
Hey, yo, I got you, man. Hey, hold him in the building all day, yo.
Aye.
Yeah, I love you, man. I love you in town.
He's like my brother. Oh, gosh. And also, want to thank my sister, Cece, who is also my manager. Swish, love you.
I love you more.
And my agent, Mr. Don Pagnotti himself.
You're the man, baby.
I guess I will take some questions now. Yes, ma'am.
How did you get the nickname Freak?
A lot of people don't know this, but Freak is short for my very first nickname, Frequency Vibrations.
Yeah, true story. I like to introduce our mother so she could tell it.
Go ahead.
You know, Mama.
Tell her, Mama.
You know, Mama.
Go get her, Mom.
Thank you, everyone. Frequency and Cece are fraternal twins. And so when I was pregnant, one of them kept kicking and jumping around all the time. So my husband, Pete, put headphones on my belly and played reggae music.
Hence the name Frequency Vibrations.
We shortened it to Freak.
How did you know who was kicking?
A mother knows. A mother always knows.
Are you ready for a photo op?
Yes. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next NBA superstar, Frequency Vibration.
Go ahead, son.
Thank you all for coming. We will be available for one-on-ones in the back. Good job. Well done.
Congratulations, son. We met working at the post office together. Martha was the clerk and I was a carrier. And I asked her out to lunch one time and take her for a bagel around the corner from where we worked.
A bagel?
A bagel, yeah.
With cream cheese?
Cream cheese.
Split down the middle?
Split down the middle. Love at first sight.
Yeah?
I believe that. It was true. It happened to me.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp.
Here we go. My first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Introducing the starters for your Atlanta Hawks. Starting at small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 25, Tavo Sefolosha. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season. Bench of the first official NBA appearance from Cruz.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Anthony Tolliver out there with Aaron Baines. And it's Johnson in at small forward. Pistons trail by 8.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Back to Jackson. Here is Tolliver. Splitter covering. Tolliver the pass to Baines. 5 on the clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Pistons keep it alive. And that one's good.
His shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
The Hawks leading by 6. As you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement, and Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assists and cutting down the turnovers. This made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play. They got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical, dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Scott with a screen on Johnson. Here's Schroeder. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Schroeder's got his first points in this one.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Hawks have gone 8 of 12 on field goal attempts so far. The feed now to Freak. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Ring shot on the way. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Right side Jackson. Here's Caldwell Pope. And the 3 off target. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game. You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Atlanta leading by 19 points. And the one thing Tiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
His game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles, he knows where he's supposed to be, he gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges, he does all the little stuff.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Anthony Tolliver out there with Johnson. And it's Baines in at the 5 down low. Here's Caldwell Pope. That's in coming off an assist from Johnson. Caldwell Pope's got 4 points in the quarter.
And for Tiago Splitter, he's been a relatively unsung player in his career, never getting his number called on offense.
And that bucket right there, folks, is the first official NBA basket from Cruz.
You know, there should be a lot more of those ahead. I mean, he's no flash in the pan, guys. I mean, he's going to be around this league a long time.
Certainly appears that way to me, too. I mean, he's got the confidence and ability of a player who's capable of being a fixture in this league for years.
There's the triple. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
You know, getting back to Splitter, yes, you need superstars to win in this league, but you also need guys like him, guys who put the team first, will bust the gut to carry out their responsibilities on the floor, off the court, and in the locker room. You need all of that to be a championship team.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Hardaway kicks to Freak. Rebound by the Pistons. Baines has got his 3rd rebound on the night. It's Jackson with the drive. Offline from the high post.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Cruz. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Hardaway against Jackson. Out left to the wing. Here's Caldwell Pope. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And through the first half. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. And for Ilyasova. And Atlanta has possession. Cruz is in at the point. Muscala is out there with Scott. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Holiday in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot. And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hawks.
Better shooting from the charity stripe was what made the difference, I think, Clark, in this one.
And I think it was a matter of concentration, Kevin. They really locked in from the line.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And it's always nice to get win number 1 against an opponent you'll be seeing a total of 4 times over the course of the year. They really set the tone tonight for their season series against the Pistons.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Al Horford. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Tolliver comes in for Brandon Jennings. And stolen by Freak. Fast break, the Hawks. Freak with the ball. And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Shoots from the line. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
And just a terrific job of taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Greg, those fans had a hand in the win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Al Horford. His veteran leadership was the key factor in this game. His years of experience. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal.
Coming home, New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
Starting at point guard. It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Just a single game at home. The Knicks. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Williams, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Splitter's checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Cruz, he's checked in for Cephalosha. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. On the court right now for the Hawks, Cruz in at shooting guard. Mike Scott out there with Splitter. Then there's Kyle Korver. Here's Cruz. A shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game. New York leading by 3.
And Kyle Korver enjoying a career renaissance, if you will, here in his 30s. A former late second-round pick. He's kicked around the league a little bit. He's really found his niche here in the motion offense of the Atlanta Hawks.
Here's O'Quinn. Off target from outside.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide-open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Scott, good.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
New York's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Williams passes to Aflalo. Here's Serafin, and it's blocked. And here's Schroeder. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And a wide-open look for Freak. And he's good on the 3-ball.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Calderon dishes to Williams. And O'Quinn kicks to Serafin. Feeds to Aflalo. And he gets it to go. Aflalo's got 7 points in the game.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Schroeder passes to Cruz. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Lock it up, fellas. Lock it up.
Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
It's Williams with the drive. Atlanta with the rebound. Splitter's got 3 rebounds now in this one. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Hardaway. Here's Cruz. And the 3 off target. Now Calderon. Passes to Galloway. To the paint. Wants to get it to Serafin and does. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus. 2 huge improvements for him. A new group in for the Knicks. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Louis Amundsen. Derek Williams checked in for Anthony. And it's Aflalo in for Langston Galloway. And then for Atlanta, Splitter's checked in for Millsap. Freak comes in for Hardaway. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. They've got Derek Williams. Kevin Serafin is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Aflalo. And it's Calderon in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. Serafin kicks to Calderon. 5 to shoot. To the paint. Here's O'Quinn. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Listen, the Knicks finishing at the bottom of the East last season. They didn't go into the season thinking they were in for a rough go, making last season all that more painstaking for the fans.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And for the Knicks and their play against the rest of the conference, guys who've been talking about only Clark 11 wins in 52 games.
And you know, Kevin, what's worse is the Knicks were 5-21 at home against the East. No matter how you slice that up, the Knicks had a season that everybody would like to forget in New York. You know, not many saw it coming last season with the Hawks. I mean, they just ran away with the Eastern Conference. It was the first time they took the East since 1994.
Seraphin dishes to O'Quinn. Some nice passing by New York here on the wing. Williams. Here's Seraphin, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. 1:32 left here in the second. And with the Hawks and the East, they just dominated the rest of the division. 39 of the Hawks' 60 regular season wins came in conference.
Yeah, and across the board, the Hawks statistically just dominated all Eastern opponents. They shot it better, played better defense, took better care of the ball. They are set up to be a factor in this conference for a long time. Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Atlanta again missing.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar. Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Freak with it. Now guarded by Aflalo. Good on the shot. Freak's got the lead up to 5 now for Atlanta.
You know, it looks like they've recalibrated their approach away from trying the three ball.
Yeah, they started out a little slow from out there, trying something different now.
Here's Seraphin on the mark with the 15-footer. Seraphin's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Cruz. It's rebounded by Seraphin. New York's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Calderon passes to Seraphin. The shot misses.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far for the Knicks. Seraphin comes in for Robin Lopez, and it's Williams in for Porzingis. Then for the Hawks, Mike Scott's checked in for Cephalosha. Freak comes in for Kyle Korver, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. On the court for Atlanta, Cruz in at 2-guard. Paul Millsap out there with Scott. Then there's Horford. Here's Galloway. 8 points for him. There's the dish to Williams. And Aflalo wide open. He shoots. And it's Freak with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
1:49 left to play here in the third, and the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hawks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
1:46 left in the third quarter, and it's Aflalo penetrating. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. Aflalo's got 9.
You know, watching Aaron Aflalo, incredible form on his jumper, excellent mid-range shooter who's made himself into one of the league's better three-point shooters, too.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta. So for New York, their last game, a win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
Can't get it to go. Nice D from Williams. And 1:01 left in the third. And Aflalo kicks to Anthony. And the lead is down inside single digits. He's got 6.
They're leaning on that mid-range shot right now. That's 6 of their last 10 points from that area.
And it's working. As long as the defense gives you space, hey, let it fly.
And it's Freak missing.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
Pass to Seraphin. The jump hook goes back up. And it's finished off by Aflalo as he lays it in. Aflalo's got 11 points.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Here's Cruz. It's rebounded by Seraphin. Seraphin's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Galloway. He's got 8. Anthony in the corner. Can't connect from 14 feet out. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. It's Atlanta. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play. A different look for New York. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Amundsen in for Aaron Aflalo. And then for Atlanta, Al Horford is checked in for Splitter. Muscala comes in for Paul Millsap. And Freak subbed in for Hardaway. Time now for an injury report.
The word is that he has a strained Achilles tendon. A discouraging development for this team so early in the season. We'll see what kind of impact it has on them in the long term, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
We've got Robin Lopez. Kevin Seraphin is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. And there's And so it's the Hawks taking care of business.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan player, Jeff T. He stepped up his game tonight, getting it done all game long. And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.
What a life, eh, Freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad Mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Bad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, Freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, Freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all.
We got Kevin Durant up next. And you know he'll come to play. I love his versatility, but that makes shutting him down next to impossible. Coach gave us a full breakdown of what to expect, and we watched plenty of film. But sometimes you just gotta throw all that out the window and settle things on the court. And I'm ready. Bring it, KD.
The Hawks continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup in this road game. We welcome you this Thursday evening as we get set for some exciting NBA action. Change here. Freaks checked in. The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against Dallas.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Freak is out there with Teague, and it's Korver in at the small forward. Cantor sets the pick for Westbrook. Hands it from downtown. Westbrook's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Thunder.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. To the paint, here's Cantor.
Yeah, and a big year for Enes Kanter last season. I mean, traded from the Jazz to the Thunder and finally saw the minutes that he was hoping for.
And Cantor drops them both. Here's Teague. 17 points for him last game against Dallas.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
And Cantor did play well with the increased minutes last season, Clark. Averaged a double-double after the trade.
I think it was a great fit for him in Oklahoma City. He still has work to do, but now that he feels like he's in the right environment, I think we're going to see that great potential of his start to come to fruition.
Korver dishes to Teague. Freak with it. Westbrook picks him up. Here's Cruz. No good. Good D by Westbrook.
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
Durant, the pass to Waiters. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Waiters got his first basket of the night.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
T kicks to Freak. Pulls up. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Westbrook with it. 29 points for him last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge. And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Stolen by Westbrook. And now Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And that one's good. Westbrook's got 8 points.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
T kicks to Freak from beyond the arc. And Cantor pulls it down.
Well, I tell you what, guys, last season the Thunder were fantastic on the glass. I mean, they started out as a great rebounding team and got even better after their trades. Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
And here now the Thunder. This is the most they've led by 13 points. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Well, composure, execution, efficiency in a tight ball game is typically what's going to determine the winner.
On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague out there with Freak, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. Teague drives in, and a wide-open look for Freak. Atlanta again missing. The Thunder leading by 13, and the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Atlanta. Outside Durant. Waiters gets a wide open look.
Overall, I haven't seen the same type of success that they initially had from beyond the arc. I think it may be because they're rushing a little bit. They're still getting good looks, but now they've got to make sure their feet are set and they're shooting it with confidence.
And that one's good. Freak. Here's Westbrook. 8 points for him. To the inside, deflects the pass, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Al Horford. He's putting up about 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 4. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Cruz. Hits the front of the rim and out.
ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
And Dion Waiters traded last season to the Thunder. They wanted him as a shooting and scoring threat off the bench. Didn't want him to try and fill the void that Harden played when he was a member of the team.
Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Cruz.
Now that's a killer crossover. The defender got totally shook up by that move.
Screen by Ibaka. Waiters dishes to Ibaka. His first shot coming late. Good. Ibaka's got the lead up to 13 now for the Thunder. You know, Greg, for Waiters, it would be unfair for the Thunder to ask that of anybody. You know, that's tough to do. Clark, hard to make up what Harden had accomplished.
Yeah, and the Thunder even asked Waiters not to wear number 13 to avoid any comparisons, which I think was a smart move. But they still would like to have him provide some punch in terms of points off the bench.
Here's Cruz. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his first personal foul.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Cantor checked in for Steven Adams, and Mitch McGary subbed in for Serge Ibaka. And a change for the Hawks. Mike Scott's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Waiters with the stop.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor, as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta, where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
Here's Horford. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Hawks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. He misses the free throw.
And Al Horford.
The clock runs out.
Good, Kevin, and
as we begin the second half, first half. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Cantor. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Cruz, he's checked in for Thabo Sefolosha. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2. And it's Durant in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Waiters passes to Durant. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. The Thunder with another miss. The Hawks trail by 11. And it's Freak missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. It really had been mostly a cordial relationship between Durant and the media up until last season. And then at the All-Star break, I mean, he had some biting remarks.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Shoots from 12. And he gets the jumper to drop. Durant's got 20 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Durant's comments during the All-Star break about the media, he might have been right with some of his comments. I don't know, though, that he really was happy that they came out the way they did.
I agree with you there, Kevin. I mean, he made it clear that he doesn't view the media as all that friendly, though.
Durant drawing the double team. And here's Westbrook from the arc. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. 16 points for Russell Westbrook.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
The Hawks trail by 18. Freak with it, and it's Waiters picking him up.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
They need this. And the rejection by Ibaka. And Waiters kicks to Ibaka. Adams outside. He feeds it to Waiters. And the foul called on Freak. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Atlanta's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. On the court for Atlanta, Cruz in at point guard. Splitter is out there with Scott. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Millsap in at the 3, the small forward. Adams outside to the middle. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And Ibaka kicks to Collison. Morrow, that's a two-pointer with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. Morrow's got 10 points in the quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for Oklahoma City.
And, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment to.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
I tell you what, Greg, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Durant. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Singler, he's checked in for Anthony Morrow. He doesn't get the second one. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
Now Augustine. Pass to Singler. And stolen by Splitter. Mag dishes to Freak. That one wide left. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Doubled by Cruz. And the foul called on Freak. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Great frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
Goes up to the stripe. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Singler outside. Now the pass to McGarrett. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders.
Kevin, what was
the 2K Sports postgame show?
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kevin Durant. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge. And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Hart.
The only color I care about is green, money. They've certainly made
We got James Harden and that beard of his. Look, this guy's relentless. We know he's going to attack the basket all night long. So I'm going to make it my personal mission to keep that from happening. As long as we keep jumping those passing lanes, we can give them a run for their money. I know I'll be ready.
It's the Hawks, and they're doing business on the road in an interconference NBA game. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports.